Hello, my name is Michael Elliott. I am a game designer and the sole proprietor of Not Writing Games, and I am here today to give a brief playthrough of Card Drives, specifically the demo for Card Drives, which is a new single-player cyberpunk deck building, deck manipulation, roguelike card game that I'm currently kickstarting. A couple of folks wanted to see the game in action, so I thought I would do a simple playthrough, starting with a sort of a fresh deck. It is a deck of cards, but as you can see, I have had to substitute some cards from other decks because I've been playtesting this game a lot, and so I have a lot of partial decks lying around. But yeah, this is a 52 card deck made from other decks that I'll be using, but it is a fresh deck. I have removed the jokers and like the licensing cards, so it's just the playing cards inside. And yeah, I'm just going to do a playthrough of the demo. It is free to download. You can get it at the link below. And yeah, but let's get started. So the demo is just 3 pages, 2 pages of rules, and then the network map, which will make up most of the playing time. We start at the New Westpac Seaboard, which is also going to be a starting area in the full game. And yeah, I've got a pencil here. I've also got the jokers and like license cards, and also just some other random cards that we can use as ice in the game off to the side here. And yeah, when you start a game of Card Drives, you just start with a fresh deck of cards. I'll give it a shuffle or two here. And you start at the login node for the network, which in this case is the prefab stack housing intranet. And you start with 7 cards. I'll put my deck off to the side here. All right, so we have a couple queens and a couple 7s, which is great because to hack the first node, we need to play 2 pairing programs, which is a specific program in the game. You play a pairing program, you play a pair of cards, and you draw 3 cards. After every time you play a program or meet a node's exploit, to draw back up to 7. In this case, we don't have to because we have more than 7 cards in hand. We have 8. And we have met that first exploit, so let's play these 2 7s. And we'll meet that second exploit. We draw 3 cards from playing the pairing program. Nice. Got jacks and aces. Potential full house there. That's very useful. Once you hack a node, you collect all the tags. The tag on this node is mod. One sec to make sure I'm reading the rules to my own game correctly. So when you mod a card, you mark a card in hand with a single cut, tear, drawing to change its value or suit, sticker, etc. It then becomes a RAM card. You can pick any card we like. That's the cache. That's where we play all our cards. I already have a full house, which would be very useful for us. Just trying to think how I want to mod one of these others. We have a lot of diamonds in hand. It'd be useful to have more. So yeah, I'm going to make this 3 of clubs, a 3 of diamonds. Now you're free to mod your card however you like. I like just drawing on the cards themselves. Just using a red Sharpie. All right, I'm gonna let that cool off a bit. And now we have a modded RAM card. So when we hack a node, we then move on to any other node in the connected network. You can see a line here connecting all the nodes. It's one-way path up until you hit the new Westpac billing server. And the next set of exploits we need to do is a 10 and a 10. We have 110. Could do that and then play a jack. Or could just play this full house here, aces and jacks. That would be a full shutdown where we just shut down the node and don't have to worry about anything else. Let's do that to make it easy. So, full house, or as in the parlance of the game, a full shutdown that lets us just hack the node. And then we draw back up to 7 cards. 6, 7. Next up, stack administration privileges requires a 2 sequence and a 15. A 2 sequence is any 2 cards that are in rank order. So, for example, this 9 and 10 would work, and this 7 and 8 would work. So with this 3 and 4, but I want to hold on to that diamond, so I'm just going to play this 7 and 8 for that first one. That would also work for the 15, but you can only do 1 exploit at a time, and then we draw back up to 7. Oh, nice. And now we need a 15. Can't do that with what we have in hand. Oh, we could, but it would cost a lot. So I think what I'm going to do instead, card drives is all about how long you can last. So I want to refill the deck and get some more cards. So what I'm going to do is a program called Flush Cash, which is a flush in poker hand terms. You play this program, you shuffle your cash back into your deck, then drop to full. Let me just double check. Yeah. So we play the program. This counts as a diamond because we modded it. Play that flush. Shuffle the cash back into the deck. That lets us keep hacking. We lose the game if you ever need to draw a card from an empty deck. So flushing the cash whenever you can is often best. All right, so we have 2 cards in hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we still need to get this 15 to hack this node. And what we have here, 7 and 9. Unfortunately, we don't have anything I can see that makes up 15, but we do have a pair. So we can play the pairing program, then draw some cards. 1, 2, 3. I think this will give us 15. Yeah, a little awkward, but play this 10, this 4, and this ace. Aces count as 1 or 11 when you're trying to determine values. That is a 15. We play that to the cash. And now we have hacked another node. We get to draw back up to 7 cards. So that's 2 cards back in our grip. And we get another tag, which is data, which you can keep track of on the network sheet here. Data is sort of the payout from your run. Whenever you jack out successfully, you can exchange that data for upgrades to your deck. Mod cards and trash cards as well to make your deck slimmer. And now we're at the new Westpac billing server, this massive pyramid-shaped bit of data, very much inspired by William Gibson's The Sprawl trilogy. To hack this, we need to play a 3 sequence. Unfortunately, we don't have a 3 sequence. We're close with this. 3, 4, 6. Oh no, we do. Look at that. We have 10, Jack, Queen, which are 3 cards in rank order. So we play that. We then refill our hand, draw 4 cards, or draw up to 7, I should say. And then we get a lot more tags. So first off, we get ice, intrusion, countermeasure electronics. So when you get ice in the demo, you get a non-playing card. This could be the Jokers or license cards. It could be like a Pokemon card if you'd like, Magic card. That goes into your cache. Ice cards suck because they have no suit and no value to start with. And if you ever have 3 or more ice cards in your hand, you immediately flatline and lose and have to start the run over. We also get 2 more data, which is fantastic. And we get a key. A key is sort of like a programmer exploit. When you get a key, you discard the top card of the deck face down. And then when you're in a network, you see there are some locked networks here. In order to bypass those, in addition to the exploits, you have to play that key to unlock the node. So we are well on our way to be able to try to hack the rest of this network and eventually get to the AI Wotan. And you beat the demo by being able to exploit that network node. But we're a fair ways away from that. In previous playthroughs, it's taken me about a dozen runs to get a deck good enough to get all the way to Wotan and win. But yeah, I think what I'll do here, let's see what kind of cards we have in our hand. We have a pair, a 7, a 6, a Jack, and a Queen. We could make a try for another network, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jack out right now and cash in this data. I'll also kind of illustrate what happens in runs. So between nodes, you can always jack out. And when you jack out, you shuffle all your cards together, keys included. You lose the key when you jack out. And then we'll be able to upgrade some cards in the deck based on how much data we pulled from the network. In this case, we had 3 data, so we'll be able to do 3 pulls. Hopefully they're lucky. And yeah, basically in this game, the deck of cards is your character sheet. It will grow and change as you play the game. I have a couple other decks I have been using as I playtest this. And they are full of odd cards, modded cards, cards with different suits and values. They have all sorts of notches and tears in them. So, we have 3 data. I'm going to bring in this rules sheet so we can see what we got from jacking out. So, pull 3 cards, a 7, a 10, and a 3. So you'll notice we can apply these in any order. For the 7 and 3, because it is value between 2 and 9, we mod those cards. And the 10, we get to mod a card of our choice from the deck. So I think for these, I have already changed a card into a diamond. So I'm going to keep these at diamond. I'm instead going to cut these cards to represent the modifications. Whenever you mod a card, you see it becomes a ram card. These are basically single card programs that become more powerful as you play them. So whenever you play a RAM card, you get to draw a card for each mod on it, and then if it has a certain number of mods on the card, it does more. So it can act like a key, it can teleport you back to the login node. If it has 10 or more, it actually adds more data to a node as you hack it. But for now, we're just going to cut these two. They become RAM cards. We'll be able to shuffle them back in. Start of our next run. And then the 10, actually we should keep these out because the 10 lets us mod any card that's currently in the deck, and these are pulled. And we just pulled that ice. We had ice inserted into the deck, I should say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this ice a little more useful, because ice cards, though they have no suit or value, they could still become RAM cards if you modify them. So I'm going to do that. So now, if we draw that into our hand, it's not completely useless. You can at least draw us one card. And now, we shuffle and get ready for a new run. And that is basically the gameplay loop. Do a run, and get as much data as you can, push your luck, and hopefully you can jack out and turn that data into upgrades for your cyber deck. So let's get back out there and try another hack. So we start every run, same place. We're in our prefab concrete stack housing unit. We're logging into the local intranet. We go online and see what kind of drives we pull. All right, there's our RAM card. And same thing, we need to play a pairing. And so we have pair here. Play that. 1, 2, 3 from doing pairing. We don't have to refill our hand. We need another pairing, and we don't have it. No, we do. Queens. I'm very good at this game. And poker. So play those. 1, 2, 3. We have successfully done that. We can mod another card. You know what? I'm going to make this 3 of diamonds RAM card even better by modding it again. So that's that type. Oh, right. When we end a run, by jacking out, we clear all our data. So we're back down at 0. Old busted router. We need to play value 10 twice. That's pretty easy. Play that 10. We don't have to refill our hand because we're above 7. Play a jack, which counts as value 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 7 cards in hand, so we don't have to refill. We are now back at stack administration pillages. We need a 15 and a 2 sequence. Well, there's a 15, 7 and 8. We refill back up to 7. 2. 7 cards. So we have the 15. We need a 2 sequence. Let's do the 1 and the 2. We could also do, because aces, much like in poker, can come as a 1 or as like the last card after a king. We'll do that. So that's a 2 sequence. We get a data. And we are back at the New Westpac billing server. Of course, we refill our hand. And yeah, we need a 3 sequence. Luckily we have that. Yeah, it's 4, 5. Yeah, so we could do 2, 3, 4. I think I like more. Unfortunately, we have to play that card as not a RAM card. So you play a RAM card in a program, but you don't get the benefits of it. You only get the benefits if you play it by itself. So in this case, we just play the 3 sequence. We refill back up to 7. 3. Okay, and then we get the tags again. So we get more ice. So I'm going to use this joker. Goes into the cache. We get another 2 data. And we get a key. Well, this time I'm going to push my luck. I want to see how far I can get. So first I'm going to try to go to the Profits Returned Megachurch live stream feed, which is not locked. We need a 4 type, a 10, and a 4 sequence. 789. Oh, I think not quite screwed, but close. I can play a 10 to do that part, so I'm going to do that. We have 5 cards in hand, so 1, 2. All right, this is good. We need a 4 type and a 4 sequence. A 4 type is 4 cards of the same suit, it's like a flush. And the 4 sequence is again 4 cards in sequence. So I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do this for the 4 type, 4 cards of the same suit. Draw 7, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, very lucky, because we have 5, 6, 7, 8. That's our 4 type, or 4 sequence. And the 10 and the 4 types, so we've hacked that node. We now get to collect our tags, which we fill our hand. 4, 5, 6, yes, 7. So when we get the trash tag, bring in the rules here. We remove 1 card in our hand from the game, then we can redraw back up to 7. So what card do we hate? We've been making more diamonds, so not that. The card that is not as useful to me right now is actually this ace. So I'm going to trash it. When a trash card is removed from the game, so I'm going to put it off to the side. You don't have to actually trash it if you don't want to, though. I have in some of my playtests. I think it's fun to ruin a deck of cards like that. So we've trashed that. We get to redraw back up to 7. And then we also get to mod a card. And we could mod this 7 again, like we did with that 3. Let's do that. Let's make some powerful RAM cards. And let's keep going. Let's keep pushing our luck. Let us head to this Shell Corporation bank account. We need a 2 type and double pairing, which is a 2 pair, which we have. In order to get there, we have to discard this key card, which is an ace. Then we're going to do double pairing here, which is a 2 pair. As a program, it lets us draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need a 2 type. Let's do this 2 and this jack that share a suit. So we have hacked that node. We now go to the House Coda IFF Authenticator. We could also double back and go to this corporate credit check. But one of the tags, we actually lose data, and I want to keep as much as possible. So I'm going to go this way instead. Head to that. In order to clear this node, we actually have to play an ice card, which isn't great. We have 6 cards in hand, so we have to refill 1. Now, you can look through your cache at any point. We should have at least 2 ice in the deck. We've done the 2 runs. So there's the one we added this time. We haven't seen the other ice card, so it's still in here. So I want to draw as many cards as I can. Just try to find that. Let me just double check. So yeah, programming, double pairing, we draw 5. Luckily we have a lot. We actually have, yeah. Let's do that. Well, let's burn this RAM card. It has 2 mods on it. So let's just draw 2 cards. And there it is, ice. We get to play that because it is an exploit. Normally it would just stay on our hand. We could also, because we modded it, just play it for a draw card. But when you play it as an exploit, it's acting as ice, so it doesn't get its RAM abilities. But that passes us through the authenticator. We get yet another data. We have 4 data now. Let's keep going. Let's get to the Coda Spire Satellite Uplink. We are running a bit low on cards. We've had a pretty good run so far, though. And we just need a 4 type, a 2, and a 2. That might be tricky. Well, let's do these 5s as pairing. Draw some cards. 1, 3. We almost have the 4 type here. 4 type, a 2, and a 2. Do we have 2s in the deck still? There's 1 in the cache. There's 2. Uh-oh. Okay. There are 2 2s left. There are also probably some aces. Check. Let's try to do it. I would love to keep these hearts. But the only way I can really progress is by playing these 9s. So I'm going to play that for pairing. Draw 3. Okay. How many diamonds do we got? We have 4 diamonds. Okay, so we can do the 4 type. Luckily we modded that 3 to be a diamond. So we do that. How many cards do we have? We have 5 cards, so we draw 2. Getting very low here. Uh-oh. Oh dear. I suspect the 2s were actually in the cache, or that is one of them. I miscounted. Well, we're going to flatline here. I cannot refill, I cannot play a flush cache because I don't have a flush in hand. I could play a pairing, but that would draw the cards from the deck, and I am out of cards at that point. Yeah, because I only have 1 card left here. Shoot. Alright, well, now we see what happens when you flatline. You shuffle your cards together, and you are going to basically dump all the tags you had on you and data. So I didn't have any keys, but I did have 4 data. So that is going to live here at Coda Spire. So it's +1 data, so I'm going to add another +4 to that. And if I manage to, in a future run, get to that node and hack it, I will get all 4 of that data plus the 1 from the nodes. I get 5 data if I can make it there again, which is huge. And then you can see here, when you flatline, you write any data on the, or keys you have in the node. But then we get to trash a random card from the deck. So that helps combat all this ice we've gotten. Hopefully you get an ice card, but if not, your deck will start to grow and change in different ways. For example, we have an extra diamond in there. So what I could do is start working towards a deck that is mostly diamonds. And we cut an ace. That's trashed forever. And yeah, that is card drives. This is the demo. The full version will have 5 networks and lots more rules of play. What you see here, I just wanted to show off. This is a deck that I've been using while testing the game. You can see there's all sorts of modifications and extra cards in here. It has grown in surprising ways over the course of the game and is now a completely unique cyber deck. Which, yeah, you can sleeve up your cards, you could like mark the sleeves instead if you want to cut up your stuff. And yeah, we have cards from other card games in here. Has ice. Some of them have been modded to be RAM cards as well, some have not. But yeah, hope this was helpful to folks. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know.